Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Discover How Social Media Tools Can Help Expand Your Business. I'm Vonachen, Regional Director with InLife, and also going to be training you a little bit on networking on the back end of this webinar. But I would like to introduce our trainer today, Susan Vonachen. She has over 25 years of experience in marketing communications and is Enduracom's social networking expert. Her comprehensive understanding of social media platforms, not just the big three, but there are several others to show you that will help you get you out there, get your business out there, get you networking, and start building your online presence and your brand. Susan's systematic approach to training helps you to set up your social networking accounts and teaches you to sustain your social media strategy by yourself. So without further delay, I would like to bring up Susan Vonachen, and she's going to take us through some awesome social media training for our businesses. Susan?
Hey everyone, how are you today? Thank you so much for joining us. Today I'm going to walk you through the three main social media platforms, which are Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And I'm going to start with Facebook because that is the most popular, and 30 million people log on to Facebook every day. So we're going to learn how to do a Facebook page, but I'm going to start with our personal profile, which most people have a personal profile, and if you don't, I will still show you how to do this page after I'm done with this part. So you're going to want to go to your personal profile, and then you scroll all the way down and click on Create a Page. This is going to take you to 6 choices, and I would say most of us are either going to be a brand or a local business. So for demo purposes, I am going to choose a bookstore. You have to name your bookstore. I'm doing this one-handed because my other hand is holding the phone. And you always need an address. Facebook, they always relate any account to a person. So this always has to be done. You can read the terms. It's just one page. Click Get Started. How about we do this? And here you have your page. It was that simple. So now what do we do? The first thing I want to talk about is your profile picture. So the profile picture does not have to remain this size. It can actually be a vertical picture, which can go to about here, and the exact size is 2.5 inches by 7 for your maximum, which is 180 pixels by 540 pixels. So I'm going to show you how to change a picture. And it's going to be a vertical. I didn't make this quite 540 pixels. But what we did here was we added either a picture of the product that we're selling. You could put your logo. I put the name of the store. And I'm giving people a little information about what's going on here. Then you want to edit your thumbnail because you don't want it to be out of sorts. You just want to make sure that it's nice and centered in there. And click Save. Now we're going to view the page. So you have your profile picture set. The next thing you want to do is suggest to friends. And if you have a personal account, which most of us do, that's going to be the best way to get started with your finding fans, because you want 25 fans immediately so you can have a custom URL. But let me get back to here. Suggest to friends, and your personal account, your friends are going to show up. And you just simply select the friends that you want to add to or to recommend your page to, and you click recommend, and then they will get a notice saying that you're recommending a page to them. Okay, so getting back to the 25 fans, a custom URL is when you have, let me show you mine, a name after Facebook.com. So do you see this up here? It says /Endoracom. Facebook won't let you do that until you have at least 25 fans. So if you don't have a personal page or you don't want to ask your friends, how do you get more fans? You're going to put a Facebook badge on your website. You can send out an email blast announcing that you have a Facebook page. You can add it to your business card. You can put a sign in your window. There's many other ways to get more fans if you don't have a personal profile page. But believe me, starting with your friends is the absolute best thing to do. So the next thing I want to show you is once you have your 25 fans, you go to Edit Page, click on Resources, and select the username, and that's going to be here. When we go to mine, it's going to tell you that I already have a username. But here's the pages that I have, and I can choose a page. And you see Susan's store is not eligible yet for a name because I don't have 25 fans. So I've got to get back to my Endoracom page. And I want to talk about these 5 pictures right here. This is a really cute way to advertise 5 different times. So you can use this space for free advertising. This is normally where your pictures pop up. So when you upload pictures, when you make an album, or when you add a photo here, they're going to pop up into this little space. But if you want to make a little ad, that size is just around 1.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So if you make it that exact size, it'll fit perfectly in this space the way that this is. Okay, I want to go back to my Susan's page, Susan's store, and show you the next steps. That wasn't it. Sorry. Here we go. Why isn't it going to my store? Let me do it this way. This is also from your personal page. This was a good example. You can see all your pages. You just click on this box, and it'll show you all your pages. So now I'm going to switch to this. And it's going to show you the steps to do. So first, we change the picture. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to post an update, so that when your friends come to your wall to like your page, they're going to see this. Hi, this is my first page. But you can write something about your business. I'm just trying to do this fast. And you'll click Share. And then this is also going to go into the news feed of all your friends. So when you post a sale or an event, anytime you post something in here, it'll go into the news feed of all your fans. And you know what a news feed is. It's this area right here, which this is a new page, so it's not showing me anything. But the news feed is right here. So I'm going to go back to mine and show you advertising. Here we go. This is a landing page. So this is the first thing that my new fans are going to see. Once they like my page, they're going to land on my wall. But this is a custom landing page, and this is really important because in a matter of 10 seconds, it gives people an idea of what your business is all about, and it gives them a reason to like your business. Okay, so now I have to switch back, which means over here, this is something new that Facebook just started about a month ago, and it gives you the option of using Facebook as a page or as your personal account, which is really, really cool, because if you want to use it, if somebody posts on your page and asks you a question, you can log in as your page and go to their wall and post on their wall and answer their question, and your business icon will show up, and it'll look like it's coming from your page, not your personal profile. This might be a little confusing right now, so email me or give me a call if you don't understand what I'm talking about, but you'll as soon as you start using it, you'll understand what it is. So I'm switching back to Susan. In other words, I manage a few pages at any time. I can switch. I can use Facebook as a page, and I can go to any Facebook page that I manage, and then anything I post will look like it's coming from that page. So I'm going to go to Endoricom, and now I want to show you impressions. So this is something that you don't have with a personal account. So another good reason for having a business page as opposed to a personal account for a business is you get these really cool analytics here. So this is a good way to track how many people are seeing your post and what days of the week are really good for people seeing your post, where you get the most reaction from, and who's viewing Facebook, who's logging in. So this number, it should always be about the same number of people who like your page. If it's not, it just shows that those people are not logging in in a 24-hour time period. So I think I put this in last night, which tells me that on Monday nights, not that many people are logged in. So this was a Sunday afternoon, and it got 200 impressions, which I don't know why everybody was home on Sunday afternoon, but it got 200 impressions. So you can't do this with a personal page, and this should really help you as you're going on in your business. And I would check it probably every 2 or 3 months until you start to get way more action on your page, and then you might have to check it more often. And there's also third-party apps that you can pay for that will do this for you. But for now, I have 200 fans, and I'm checking this myself. So that's a good reason for having a page versus a personal account. Also, when you share things like a photo of a pet, that tends to get shared a lot. And it's good to mix in a little personal with your business because you're going to see who's reacting to what. So if you put in a picture of a pet, chances are a lot of people who like pets are going to make a comment on it. And their friends in their news feed are going to see that they're commenting. So it just spreads it around and around and around, and that's what you want. Also, Google is indexing Facebook pages, which means they send out their little spiders and they crawl around all the text that's on your page and they index it, which means if somebody were to Google your company, or say they're going to Google social media consulting in Port St. Lucie or in Florida, there's a good chance my name will come up towards the top of the list because I'm so active on Facebook. And they don't index the personal accounts, just the business accounts. Okay, So I have to speed it up here a little bit. What else I wanted to show you was the links on the left. You can't do this on personal pages. With business pages, you can have extra pages. So you can add more pages just like you would a website. And for instance, so I have a page here that gives people information on my private training. And this was another page that I had a previous workshop. And that's back to my landing page, which you're in the admin view, so normally you wouldn't see all this. And another page, services. So you can't do this with a personal page. You can do it with a business page, so very important. Okay. Now, another great feature I wanted to talk about was promoting with an ad. So you're used to like direct mail. Making me do this as my personal account, which is okay. So you're used to hiring a printer, hiring a graphic designer, buying a mailing list, just to reach, say, 10,000 or 20,000 people or 100,000 people. So there's a lot of cost involved in that. With advertising on Facebook, you're still getting a targeted audience. You can actually go in and tell them you want your audience between 50 miles from Vero Beach, and you want them to be over the age of 21, or you want them to be only male. And then you set your budget for the day, starting at $10, which is awesome because say you want to spend $70 for the week, you're going to run the ad for a week, you're going to cap it at $10 a day, and then you're also guaranteed that anyone who's paying is actually reading your ad, as opposed to when you do a direct mail piece and you send it, you're going to hope that they take it out of their mailbox and open it up and read it. Well, you're not even paying for it until they click the link, and when they click the link, they're going to read your ad. So that's a really good difference from traditional advertising and Facebook advertising. So now I need to go to, I want to show you, let me log out. I want to show you some, that wants me to log in again, sorry. I want to show you some custom pages real quick, and then we're going to move on to Twitter. So let me search for facebook.com/Pepsi. Okay, so here's a custom landing page. Isn't that nice? It's a nice, cool, refreshing drink of Pepsi. And we can't get to their wall until we click like. So that's one example. Now I wanted to show you Burger King has a nice profile picture. I just want to give you a lot of different ideas so you can start thinking for your own business. Now, do you see this whole, they're taking up this whole space, and chances are they change this out every, I don't know, month, couple weeks, whenever they have a new promotion. So when you land on their page, you're going to see a little information about their company. And now just one more, I want to show you what I think is a custom app, which is a whole nother ball game. But you might come across a page like this, and this is okay to do this. Some sites you have to turn off your secure browsing. But Home Depot has this really cool landing page which shows a video, and I'm going to pause that. And then it has different links and different sections. So I am imagining that they're such a big company, they had a custom app do this. But I can make landing pages that are similar to this. They're just not this intricate. And you can also hire somebody that'll do a landing page for you that's got a video or separate links. So you have a lot of choices. So we can talk about that anytime. So I wanted to show you one last thing. If you don't have an account, what you're going to do is you're going to go to facebook.com, and when you get to this page, you go here, you click Create a Page, and then it's going to take you to the 6 squares that I talked about earlier. Once you go through all those steps, it still is going to ask you to sign up. It wants a name and a birth date and an email. That's just the way it is. So that's what you're going to have to do. But I would suggest having a personal account because your friends are going to help you with your business. So they're going to help promote it for you. And your friends will never see your business information, and your business friends will never see your personal information unless they're friends and fans of both. So don't be concerned with putting something on your personal page and not wanting your business people to know about it. So even though they're connected, they're not connected. Okay? All right. So to recap, you're going to make your profile pic have an offer or an announcement or a little description of your business. You're going to have a photo on there. And you're going to try to get 25 fans right away. And you're going to offer good customer service by engaging. When people comment, engage back and give them good customer service just as if they were calling your company by telephone. And with the profile pic, if you would like me to create your first one for you, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. You can email me your logo or your company name and a photo, and I can put it all together for you. Okay, now we're going to move on to Twitter. And if you feel like I'm going fast, this is being recorded. So let me grab a drink of water here. Excuse me. And we are at Twitter. Twitter is, it's interesting. I think it just depends on what you want to use it for, but I have a Twitter account. I'm on Facebook way more, and then I'm on LinkedIn after that. But Twitter, I tend to use, I have a Hootsuite app on my iPhone, and I tend to work through Hootsuite when I get on Twitter. But I'm going to show you a few things about Twitter which are pretty cool. So if we want to search what's happening right now with this Casey Anthony trial, we're going to spell it right first. We're going to get like up to the minute results on what's happening with this, okay? So the reason I'm typing in something so popular is you can see if we had a hurricane or if there was a sale at Macy's, what you're going to do is you're going to search, and anything with this hash mark, this is called a hash mark. Anytime somebody types in a hash mark and the name without spaces, that means it's going to come up in the results. So I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Let me do July 4th sale. July 4th sale. Okay, so say you have a business and you want to put something up for sale for July 4th. You're going to go to your Twitter account and you're going to post an update, and you're going to use this pound sign, and you're going to say July 4th sale with the pound sign, and then you're going to proceed to say what you're selling. Okay, so anyone looking for a good July 4th sale, it looks like there's only two. It looks like I'm a little early for this July 4th sale, but anyone looking for a July 4th sale will find your post if you use this hashtag. Veronica could do one for Martini Network. So if she wants to go on Twitter and say, give the schedule for the Martini Network, she would type in a pound sign Martini Network with no spaces. And then she can list like the next 5 dates, and any of us could type in the # and Martini Network or just Martini Network, and those posts would come up right away. So Twitter only allows you to use 140 characters. So if you go over the 140 characters, it's going to shorten your link to what looks like this. So you can follow this to see the rest of what this person is saying, or sometimes it takes you to a website. Another thing about Twitter is, where are my trends? They're supposed to be right here. Okay. We can change the custom background. We can do a custom background. So as you can see, mine is custom, which I designed. And if you don't want to design your custom background, I'll show you how to do a different background. You go to Settings and go to Design. And then you can choose a different background. So if you don't like any of these, you can add a custom background. And if you have the ability to do any artistic work, like you have a program like Photoshop or anything where you can make a JPEG, I can give you the template to do a custom background, and then you just upload it here. Also, your profile. For all of these social media platforms, you need a good profile. You always need a picture, your location. You can put your website in, which is great. You know, it's just another place to add your link. Can't beat that. And then you want to put your bio in. And then this is really cool right here. After you put your information in, they are going to suggest to you who to follow. So, and sometimes Twitter has problems, but I would suggest, this is what I do, I would suggest searching for a company that's similar to yours. Let's do this, mortgage broker. And I would start following, see, look, Twitter's having a little Twitter issue today. Anyway, so what you're going to do is you would search for a company that's similar to yours, okay? And then you would start following the followers of that company. In other words, since they're interested in a company that's similar to yours, they might also be interested in your company. And once you start following people, chances are they're going to follow you back. Okay, I want to get out of this because Twitter's having a little problem. But I need to show you this search feature here. So I need to put my phone down quicker so I can type this in. This is a search feature, an advanced search feature, which will help you. When I first started with Twitter, I was looking for people in this area, so I would type Port St. Lucie, Stewart, Treasure Coast, and then I would start following those people and following their followers. And eventually, I have almost 2,000 followers, so that's how I got that. But let's type in restaurant. And I know I'm giving you a lot of information. I have a manual. I can I can send you links to these pages. I have it all step by step in the manual, and then we're going to record this too. So don't worry about absorbing all of it right now. So I'm going to search for restaurants near my zip code within 25 miles. And So these, I'm assuming most of these people are from this area, so these would be good people for me to start following and seeing if there's somebody that I'd be interested in having as a follower. Like, for instance, this man is from Port St. Lucie, so I can go follow him, and then I'd be able to see who his followers are and start following his followers. Oh, he must be on something else. Oh, I know why it's doing that, because I'm not in Twitter. So it asked me to, let me do this person. Yeah, see, we're in a different Twitter search, so it's asking you, oh, interesting. Okay. Here. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that's interesting. Right during my demo. Okay, scratch that. So, okay, so another site that is really good for directories for Twitter. I'm going to show you this. This is great, and hopefully we don't have a problem with this page. JustTweetit.com. They have hundreds and hundreds of directories where you can go and leave your business information in the directories. So see all these different directories, and what you do is you can just go through all the categories and choose directories to leave your information in. And then it's just another way of spreading your company out there and giving people a chance to find you. So say you're, say you want real estate business from real estate people. So you can click on this directory and list your services. Maybe you're a mortgage broker or a house cleaner or a painter. So you would go to this. If, you know, it's taken a few minutes, but I do remember this website being a little slow. But you would just go and take an hour one day and just list your business in whatever categories that apply to you. Okay, so I think I'm running behind time here with Twitter, and now I want to show you LinkedIn. And I don't know why this is taking so long. Anyway, LinkedIn. Okay, I'm already logged in. So LinkedIn is very easy to create an account. But what you want to make sure that you do is you want to make sure you fill out your profile. This is so powerful. There's so much information you can put in your LinkedIn profile, and including all your past employers, which is good because then it'll automatically recommend connections for you that might have worked there also. So you want to put your education in. Here again, you can put your company website. I have my Facebook page on here, a link to my blog, my Twitter account. So more links, more places, more links, and this is all free. So your summary. In your first sentence, you want to put some keywords immediately that relate to what you do. So in your summary, do this in the first sentence or two. And here's your experience. It's sort of like a resume, but if you're looking for a job, this is also a good thing. And I'm just going to scroll down and show you some more features. Groups are my favorite thing in LinkedIn, and there are hundreds and hundreds of groups on LinkedIn that you can join, and then you have a voice in that group. So you can either post on their page for everyone involved in that group to see your post if you have an announcement or maybe a tip or a trick that you want to share. You can also answer questions. In groups, people socialize with questions. They have little debates that go back and forth, and you can chime in and give them an answer, and I'll show you how it leaves your link and it leaves your name. So just more ways to engage. So these are all the groups that I have, and then you have your personal information. You can also have applications, and there's tons of applications for you to choose from. So I'm going to go up here and show you applications. Okay, so these are my applications. These are the applications that I have. You can also get more from a bigger list of applications. But what I like is they have an events application, and if you have an event coming up, you can list it here for free. So here is my social media webinar event that I listed on LinkedIn, and I was able to do that free. Oh, and also I have this slide share. This would probably be great for Veronica. I don't do much with slides, but I do have this, and it's just how to organize your social media accounts with an index card system. So I had made a slide for something else, and I figured, why not put it on here? And it's free, and that's what I love. So, okay, so I just showed you two apps that are fun, the SlideShare and the events. And I wanted to show you also how to search for groups. And what I did when I joined LinkedIn is, because I do local business, I started looking for groups up here. So I would type in Treasure Coast. And here are several suggestions for groups for the Treasure Coast that I could possibly join, and I'm sure I joined every one of them. So that was one way to search for groups. And if you want to search for attorneys, because maybe you want business, you want to sell something to attorneys, so you can type in attorneys, and then all different types of attorney groups pop up. So this is so great, and I would encourage you to join as many groups as possible and try to get on LinkedIn, you know, once a week. If not every morning, or if that's too much, then at least maybe once a week, and just poke around and see what's happening and see where you can comment and engage. I wanted to show you the answers section. This section I love. People post questions, and here's the thing. You can look for questions, and you can say, what can I help them with, and find a category and go answer a question. So I answered one the other day. Let me see if I can see marketing and sales. Here it is. So these are all the categories for questions. I went into marketing and sales. I think I answered one in graphic design too. But and here's some questions. Here. This was a question that I answered the other day. Are you seeing social media marketing management prices growing out of hand? And I went in here, and you can see all the answers that people gave. And then here's my answer, and I was able to post a link to my website, and it automatically puts your name up. So if somebody likes my answer, this is a great way for me to reach out to them and then for them to find me. And if I didn't do this, chances are they might not have found me. So contacts, how do we get contacts and make collections in LinkedIn? Okay, so let me show you this, contacts. First thing you can do is start with your email. LinkedIn lets you go through your email and it'll find who is already on LinkedIn for you. So you can contact those people right away, and then you can also invite people. But so these are all my contacts, and let me show you this one. What you can do is once you have a contact, and this is a close friend of mine, you can see who they're connected to. Right here. And then you can ask to be introduced to them, or you can just go ahead and add them to your network. So whichever you prefer. Some people like to get introduced, but if you click here, Joyce would be asking Patrice if she'd like to meet me and connect with me. So that's a great way to get connections. And so it'll start with who you know already on LinkedIn, and then it'll progress from there. So I think I am just about finished, and I invite you to post some questions here, because I know an hour is kind of quick to go through all this, but everybody is kind of short on time too these days, so we kind of have to do these quick webinars. So I invite you to post some questions, and if you have questions for me, we can answer them at the end of the 2 o'clock webinar, and I can also get back to you via phone call or email if you wish. So I would like to turn the screen over to Veronica, but first let me give you a little briefing about who Veronica is. She is a regional director and first female founder circle member for InLife. Veronica is a business networking diva and is the founder of several networking events, such as Martini Network, which rocks, Virtual Business Networking, which rocks, and now a newly formed networking group in Palm Beach called the Palm Beach Networking Business Happy Hour event. So I hope that you enjoyed my portion of the webinar, and I send you to Veronica now. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Susan. And hey, great job. I know I took a bunch of notes too, and a lot of information squeezed into a little bit of time for sure.
Yeah.
So, but it was a lot of good information. I'm sure everybody picked up on some really good tips. And yeah, the thing with the video will be great because they can go back through and review what they may have missed, because of the time frame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we actually do have a quick question. I'm gonna ask them. Michael Loeb had a question on here. Said, what is the main difference between a local business and company, org, like I guess organization?
Oh, on the Facebook setups?
I'm gonna say yes. Let me see if we can get to Mike.
Okay.
Michael,
Sure.
can you hear us?
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Michael.
On the phone.
Oh, he's on the phone. Okay, so we'll come back to his question after. We'll go ahead and we'll go forward.
I think I see what he means when you create a Facebook page, a company, organization, or institution. That would probably be like the Chamber of Commerce is an organization. I would guess that a company, maybe it's just a major company rather than a local company. So I guess
we'll wait and find out from Michael what he meant by that.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and go forward for everybody else, and we'll revisit that question at the end.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you. And,
you're welcome.
We're going to talk a little bit about business networking, and I've kind of condensed this presentation to things that we should do or could do, and things that we probably shouldn't do. And I know because I've been networking business in this area alone and other areas for probably about 6 years, and I've probably made every mistake known to man. So I'm just going to share some of my experience and what's been working and what's not working, and some things that I've learned along the way from other groups and trainings and things like that that I've incorporated into my personal networking. So things that we really, really must do while we're networking, number one, is to wear a name badge. Very, very important to wear the name tag. And be creative. You know, you can put a little something on your badge that says, ask me about, you know, or have you heard of, or do you tweet? You know, like if someone didn't know what Twitter was, what is tweeting? You know, something that would make them want to ask you about what it is that you do. So if you can get a little creative on your badge, if there's something that you can come up with. But another reason for the tag, and I've had a ton of people tell me, it's happened to me as well when I'm out. You stop at the grocery store to pick up dinner, and you're in line, you know, and somebody says, oh, you know, hey, you're a realtor, you know, to see your badge. Oh, I'm actually looking for a house, or my brother, my cousin is actually looking for a house. So you'll run into all kinds of people out and about. If you have your name tag on everywhere you go, then people will, obviously you may not want to wear it out, you know, to dinner or clubbing with your friends, but if you're out during the day anywhere, you know, use your discretion on what's comfortable for you. But having your tag on is exposure everywhere you go. So name badge, very important. And having business cards on you, there's nothing worse than writing something on a piece of paper and giving it to someone, because I know I have a million little bits of paper everywhere that I keep notes on, and I lose them all the time. So I started carrying a big notebook that I write my stuff in. So keep your business cards. A lot of people have business card scanners, or they can scan it right into their phone with an application, or they have a file for business cards. So make sure you have a business card to share your information with people. And also, set a goal when you're at an event, because you're really not there to meet a gazillion people. You're there to develop new relationships with a few people. There's no way that in a 2-hour networking event that you can tightly bond with a whole room of people. So set a goal to meet 1 or 2 or even 3 really great people that you can become strategic alliances or business partners with while you're there, or develop a friendship, because you never know, that friendship may lead you to your next big customer or your client or someone who's going to lead you somewhere else. So set a goal and hit the target. You know, if you say you want to meet 2 fabulous new business alliances at an event, make sure you meet 2 and get to know them. You know, that's very, very important. So set a goal to meet a certain number of people, and then ask them what they do. Ask them what they do. I'm going to say it again because it's really important, and be really interested when you're asking them that question. Because a lot of times when you're at an event, and I know everyone on this call has had this happen to them at some point, a person comes up, hi, my name is Joan Smith, and I do this and I do that, and my company is this, and we've been in business this long, and blah, 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 blah. And they go, nice to meet you, and walk away. They didn't even ask you what you did. They had no genuine interest except to spread their information to you. That's not what we're doing. We're developing relationships, strategic alliances, business partners. So ask them what they do. You know, ask them about their family. Ask them what their interests are. Get to know them as a person and listen to what they say. Be very interested. Interact. You know, ask them more questions. Because what's going to happen is people love to talk about themselves. We all know that. Every single one of us loves to talk about ourselves. So what we'll do is, by us getting to know that person that loves to talk about themselves too, they're going to want to get to know us after. You know, so we need to be genuinely interested in the person. Discuss getting together afterwards, because there's only so much you can discuss at an event, especially if it's like a happy hour or a luncheon. They're very structured, or they're noisy, or there's a lot of things going on. So set up an appointment after to sit down and really strategize together and see how you might be able to work together. There might be things that you can partner up with. And it happened to me with one of the gold girls and one of the coffee girls. I said, well, why don't you 2 team up? You know, have a gold party, which are so fun, and people bring their gold and they get cash, and then the coffee girl's serving coffee there, and they have money to buy the coffee. It just works with different businesses can partner together to create events that bring business to both of them. So there's a lot of ways to work together. Sit down and strategize and figure out how you can work together, because that also is developing the relationship in the process. And exchange information only if you're asked to. You know, no spreading around of the cards. because there's a lot of people at events that do that, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes also. But just give them your information if they ask for it, because otherwise it may end up in the trash. And we spend a lot of money on marketing materials, business cards, brochures, flyers, and such, to have them thrown away. I mean, I would only give out my information to people that ask me for it. And then make sure you follow up. And I know this is really simple, and people go, yeah, you just follow up. But let me tell you what, there have been in the past many of opportunity I did not follow up on. Not on purpose, something happened, I got distracted, whatever the excuse is, because we all have them. But follow up. Make sure if you tell them you're going to send them that email, you send it. If you tell them you're going to call, you call. If you make an appointment, show up. Follow up with that person. Very, very important. On to the networking no-nos. And I'm sure that everyone on this call has seen every one of these things happen. Business card bombing. This is when people go around the room, hi, my name is so-and-so, here's my card. Here's my card, here's my card. That's a big no-no. Number one, they're probably going to throw it out. They've not met you. They don't know anything about you. And if you're just handing out these cards, I say to people who do that, you're really just wasting your business card. Because I've had it done to me to the point where I would take the card and throw it directly in a garbage can. And I know it sounds awful, but I want to get to know the person. I don't want to just collect a bunch of cards with a name on them that don't really mean anything to me. It's getting to know that person is so important. And so if people are just spreading randomly their cards around, yes, some may stick, but most of them aren't going to. So make sure you spend the time to meet the person. Don't just throw your business cards at people. Not a good plan. Or randomly collecting business cards. I have actually done expos where I've paid to be at a table, and I'm sure a lot of you know this as well. And people just come around and collect your cards. Next thing you know, you're on an email list for a subscription that you didn't ask for, and it's just not a good practice. And I think a lot of times maybe people are afraid to call, so they get a business card from you and they just send you an email. And a lot of times that stuff disappears, so they may never even see your email, because in the virtual world things can disappear in a blink, and you have no idea where it went to. So randomly collecting cards, not a good plan. Not unless you plan on calling the person up, making an appointment, and getting to know them. And this is what we discussed about telling all about your business, just about you and your business, what you can do for them. And it's not about that. It's how you two can work together. So the more we know about that person, the more we know about their business, the more we know how we can work together to become strategic alliances or even business partners, and be able to help each other to gain new business for our businesses. And looking at the person as if they are a dollar sign, a sale, your next customer. You know, and a lot of people, when they go to networking events, especially new people going to networking events, and I know because I've done this, so I'm not saying anything bad about it. We all do it. But we go in there thinking we're going to go to this networking event and we're going to just get a gazillion new customers because we're going to tell everybody about our business. Networking does not work that way. Networking is developing relationships over time. Now, I'm not saying you can't go to an event and somebody needs something you have right then and there, and that's perfect. That does happen. But the purpose of networking is to develop the relationship, meet that person, treat them like a person, because you never know where your next great customer will come from. It might not be the person in front of you. It might be somebody they know. Also, the handing out of the literature. Like I said before, all of these things, these marketing materials, can become very expensive to purchase. So you want to make sure that they go into the hands of people who actually want them. Listening through people instead of listening to them. And a lot of times you can see it on a person's face when you're talking with them and they're not even listening to you. So be mindful of the fact that you're listening to people, because people feel that. If you've ever had that happen to you, you know when someone is listening to you and when they're not. And believe you me, they know when you're listening to them and when you're not, the same way you do. So be mindful and be aware and be in the conversation with that person, engaging with them instead of listening through them and waiting for the next thing that you can tell them about your business. Also, talking badly about other people. This is a practice that should be saved for your best friend. Keep this stuff out of the business world, out of the business networking world, because the only person that looks bad in this situation is the person that's doing the bad talking about another person. We all have that person that we can go vent to. You know, that best friend, the brother, the sister, the parent, whoever it is that you can go and just complain and talk all the smack you want to that person. Save all of that drama for that person. Keep it totally out of your professional life. I promise you, if you don't take anything else away from this, remember that, because it will come back to bite you badly in the end. So just stay out of it. I always stay out of everything. I don't get involved in anything like that when it comes to business. And I do have my couple people that I can vent all my stuff to. So I keep it out of business. And this right here, when you do go around and collect people's cards and you do add them to your networking list or your newsletter or anything that you're sending them out without their permission, that's spam. So let's avoid this practice at all costs. Plus, it's better to meet the person. They're expecting something from you. Hey, let me send you this great report, or let me send you over that picture of my cat because you both have cats in common. Whatever it is, you have their permission to contact them instead of just picking up their cards and sending them spam, because that's what it is, it's spam. And keep in mind, people will always, always, always do business with people that they know, people that they like, and people that they trust, period. It doesn't matter. If there's you and you didn't listen to them and you didn't, honor the appointment or whatever happened, and there's your competitor who is listening, who is becoming their friend, who is networking, they're going to go to the person that they like and trust first. Okay? So be that person. Be that friend to them. Be that person that they can talk to and hang out with and discuss business and coordinate events together, or however you can be strategic alliances together. Develop the friendships. I can't stress enough how important it is to develop the friendships. So that's pretty much it for me. And I do want to mention really quickly some of the in-person events that I have coming up, because I do a lot of local events like Susan had mentioned in the beginning. And there is a Martini Network coming up at Key Lime Cafe, which is in Stewart, a very cool little place, on July 13th. And there's also the Palm Beach Networking, which didn't show up here, but that is the first Thursday of every month at JJ Muggs in Jupiter. And then there's a virtual business networking. There's one coming up on July 18th. So feel free to contact me. And my networking email is veronica@choosetoownit.com, which is actually right here on this slide. You can shoot me an email to veronica@choosetoownit.com. This is the networking email list. And I'd be happy to send you the invitations as they come up as well. So Susan, we want to go ahead and try to answer Michael's question again. Let's get to Michael.
Sure. Yeah, I was looking at the Facebook page, and I would say that choose the company if you're not a local-only business.
Well, let's see if we can get him. Michael, are you available now?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what was your question, Michael? Can you clarify?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he must still be on the phone. Okay, so he can just go ahead and send you maybe an email and get that question answered. I wouldn't want to try to guess what it is that he was trying to. Well, but Susan, did you have anything else that you wanted to share with the group as far as consultations or anything like that?
Sure. I do private training, and I can come to your office, and there's information on what I do on my website, which is endoracom.com. Also, on my Facebook page, every day I have a new tip or a trick, and I follow the latest trends. So if you become a fan of my Facebook page, that would help you and your business. And then also, I'll help you do your profile pic if you want to create a long vertical one. Just email me the information, and we can discuss that. And also, just let me know if you want any kind of further training, advanced training. And I'm here. I'm available. I'm usually at the networking meetings too, Martini Network and various places. If you run into me, ask me a question. I would love to share the information with you. So just let me know whatever you need, because I'm rooting for you to get your page done. And that's it.
Great job, Susan.
I'm good.
Excellent. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for spending your lunch hour with us. We just made it in an hour, so I know that was a lot of information, and we will be emailing you out the links that you'll be able to access the training again. Not exactly sure the time frame on how long you'll be able to view it, but we'll send that out to you in the email when we have an exact time frame on that. You may have it for 30 days or 60 days. We're not sure. But when we get the email prepared and the link prepared, it'll be coming out to you so you can revisit this information again and again, because I know that it was a lot of information at one time. And we look forward to seeing all of you out at events, and wish you the greatest success with your social media.